Hey guys, welcome to Matters of the Heart and Soul podcast. This is Janie Charlo, your host, and my co-host Russell Bruce. He is not able to join us today. He had a prior engagement, but I'm so excited about this episode. I have such an amazing young lady with me. We go way back, college years. But she is doing some amazing things. And Matters of the Heart and Soul podcast is a podcast inspired by all things of the heart and soul. And so we have Miss Lakesha Bennett here. She is a singer, actress, sultry songwriter, and singer. So we want to tap into her heart and soul and to see where all this soul comes from. So welcome to the podcast, Lakesha.
Thank you so much for joining me or having me as JD. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure. Lakesha and I, we actually are sorority sisters, line sisters at that University of Louisiana at Monroe. And Lakesha's from Shreveport, Louisiana. So tell us a little bit about your background, Lakesha.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Shreveport, Louisiana, and just been singing all my life, like in like church choirs, and school choirs, and that kind of stuff. Done the acting like with school and some college as well, and just kind of taking life as it goes right now and getting back to what my matters of heart and soul, which is music. So yeah.
Yeah. So when you were singing in the choirs growing up, did you know you had a gift? Did you sense it and you just didn't know how to get to it? What was that like?
It's so funny, I guess, because I guess growing up like with a family, like Christmases, we would have like these skits and sing like for the family and everything. So I guess like I would sing, my sister sings too. She doesn't do it so much. And then I have cousins. So I guess I just thought, this is just what we do, like it's
Yeah,
just something that I guess that you're just kind of talented with or kind
it's
of
in the
gifted.
DNA.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've always loved doing it. And I always been kind of, I guess, a little afraid because I sometimes get a little stage fright or whatever. But like singing with the family and then singing in church, they sing, baby,
Yeah. I've
part
interviewed
of it.
a few artists, and all of them say they were always shy growing up, or they always were like had stage fright. Like all of them, it's almost like across the board. And then they get on the stage, and there's this huge voice that comes out, and you're like, where does that come from?
That's
So that is interesting. So where does the sultry come from that you choose to express in your music?
um, I guess yeah, it just kind of comes just like within me.
Hmm.
I guess the like when I think about the R&B part of it, just the soulfulness of it, just like that part is what kind of brings out like that more sensual and soulful,
Hmm.
sultry aspect of just when I do the music. And like this new album that I have coming out is like very very
Yeah, we're gonna
soulful.
talk about that new album. Yeah. Do you sing about your life experiences?
Yes, I do use just life experiences, the things that like I may see like on television to kind of help inspire, but most of it is relationships, relationships. And yeah, like maybe friends and like their kind of experiences too, just kind of listening to that as well and just kind of using that to help
Yeah.
inspire.
We're gonna talk about relationships when we talk about your music, your new album, because I think there's a lot of issues with relationships, and we see so much of it in music and in songs. And I know that music is a universal language. And so sometimes you could listen to a song and it'll take you back to a point in your own life. So people that really sing about relationships have a huge platform to motivate or break down relationships. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're singing about. So, but
Right.
we'll talk about that. I want to know, what artists has inspired you throughout the years?
Of course, like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And I grew up like, listening to like the girl groups, 702, the Destiny's Child, and like Brandy, Monica. And of course, like Shirley Murdoch, there was an artist that my mom listened to, still have her cassette tape. And I just remember like playing with like little dolls and having them singing her songs and stuff. I just always liked her voice. Um,
Yeah. Is there any particular artist that you would love to work with right now?
oh wow. Let's just go to the top, Miss Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like go straight to the top. Yeah. Jasmine Sullivan, like somebody like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love her voice. Like I love like those alto, like the middle range, because
Yeah.
I'm singing like soprano, whatever, but I just love like that the rich
Yeah.
texture.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Oh, like Brandy. Brandy, I would love, yeah, she's the vocal Bible, they call her.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about your newest album, Deeper, which just came out this year around Valentine's Day, right? And
Yes.
it's a collection of love songs. So tell us about Deeper, what inspired this particular album around Valentine's Day. And I know that's a lot of questions, but where does that play right now in the state of relationships that we're seeing?
Um, well, when I started writing like the whole album Deeper, I didn't know it was going to be an album. It's the pandemic where, I was
So
still
you
working,
wrote
but
all the songs as well.
yes, I did have help with Deeper, which is it's a single on the album.
Mhm.
And I wrote that with my partner. And so,
Okay.
yeah, so we kind of wrote that together.
Okay.
But yeah, just the whole album, I just pretty much started and I did it from home. I'm like, I have, a computer, I have some recording equipment, and it's not, being put to use. So I kind of just wanted to, see what happened if, I just kind of started trying to write to a beat or. And so I just kind of started writing, and I was just feeling, I guess feeling like just in love, like just those feelings or whatever, especially being we're social distancing, nobody's really together like that or whatever. So it just kind of
Mhm.
made me think about, oh, what was it like when, we are
Yeah.
together and stuff. So
What is that like for you? Like the love vibration. What is that for you? How do you define that? If you can, because it's a vast question, but since you've sung about it, how would you describe that?
um I guess yeah, love for me is like safety. It feels like home, it's like security. It's warm to me.
Mhm.
Um it's just, yeah, and it's actions of it. It's not just like a saying or whatever. It's how I make you feel, how you make me feel. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, I guess putting it all in like one word, just warmth and like comfort and just, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and listening to the album Deeper, what do you think is the main message you're expressing to humanity?
um I think, yeah, the main message is love, and just having that connection with your partner, with just people. I think, yeah, just the main deal for like humanity is just like, it's just expressing love and just letting it flow that way.
Mhm. So, how can everyone get your album?
Well, it is available digitally on all digital platforms. Like you can get it on Amazon Music, on iTunes. You can stream it on like Pandora, Spotify. I do believe it is on just pretty much all of the where you listen to music digitally,
Mhm.
because I know we don't buy CDs like that
I
anymore. I did
know
have some
times are
CDs.
different. Yeah.
I have these pressed, just in case for folks who just want to, throw it in the car or, put it in, a CD
Yeah.
player and just listen to it that way. But yeah.
Yeah. Has it been, do you think it's easier now with digital, everything being digital with getting your music out there versus, having to produce an album and have hard copies? Do you think that now it's easier just to get music out there, that we're more in a technology world?
Yeah, it's definitely easier to like to get it out there.
Mhm.
It's harder because it's so easier and everybody's getting, the music out there to stand out, so it's harder to like, I guess, be heard since there's so many voices out there that are, that have access to the different platforms to be able to like just put your music out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think like, in a sense, back in the day, you have their record companies and they market and promote and you have like this machine behind you. But yeah, when you're like independent, yeah, it's easier to get it out there, but it's kind of a little more difficult to kind of stand out and, mhm,
Yeah.
and get
So
heard.
what's next for you? Um, with deeper or going forward, or are you taking a break now since this is kind of done? What's next for you as far as your music?
I'll just continue to promote deeper since it's yeah, like a couple months
Yeah.
that it's been released. And actually just if to be able to like just to perform live just so
Yeah.
people see you, and we're kind of opening up a little bit more. So I
Yeah.
know locally we have like different festivals, you have different artists singing and everything. So just to continue to just try to push forward and yeah, definitely get back on stage and just
Yeah, that is different now, with the whole pandemic thing and being able to perform, because I'm not seeing any big promotions right now at all. I know restaurants and like small venues are opening up. But do you prefer this way? Like, do you prefer the smaller venues versus having to be with larger productions, or opening up for other artists, anything like that?
um I guess I'm kind of used to the smaller venues. I was living in
Yeah,
singing with a band before COVID and everything. And yeah, like the smaller venues and like the restaurants is kind of more intimate. And of course, it's always fun to yeah, like be on a stage where you can, have a whole, a lot of people and everything. And I guess
yeah,
that's a little intimate, but I guess you're put out there, a little bit more, more people hear you. But yeah, just either
yeah,
or, I guess just being able just to perform, period, is a blessing.
yeah,
So
for sure. And like you said, I mean, the more you do it, the better you feel comfortable about it.
mhm.
What is your opinion of this current state of music? I love songs. I love R&B. I love older music. I find that like today's music, I have a hard time just connecting with it. I just like, because I feel we talked about music being a vibration, love is a vibration, and I like to stay in that all day long. Everything I do, I like to, just live in that energy. So, and I like to listen to music. I wake up in the morning, I'm listening to music. In the car, we listen to music. You could be cleaning the house, you're listening to music. So I've had a hard time of just finding current music that feeds me like that. What is your opinion of what we're seeing now? And I know
I guess
everyone has their own personal genre of music, and but because you're sultry and R&B, we're just gonna stick with what we're seeing now. Like, I don't see
right,
much of it.
right, yeah, I stick in yeah in the R&B lane as far as yeah the music that I like to sing with, and of course like gospel too, because if
Yeah,
I'm feeling down or maybe on my drive to my 9 to 5, I'm listening to gospel to kind of get me in the okay, yeah, let's get it, let's do it or whatever.
yeah,
And I mean
exactly.
yeah, it's a lot of like yeah hip hop and like pop, like that kind of, because I've heard some people say oh R&B is dead and it's not coming back, it's just that but I'm thinking that it's just kind of like like a trend. Like you have different deals where you have like this is what's hot right now, and maybe it'll come back, maybe like fashion or whatever. You have outfits that come back after 20 years or something, stuff that your mom was wearing and stuff that like we're wearing now,
That is true.
different on it. But I think like because you have artists like Jasmine Sullivan and Brandy that have come out like recently with new albums, and I think I would put that kind of in like the R&B. I'm breaking up. I'll put that in like the R&B category, probably with just like a twist on it. Like they're putting like maybe more trap type beats, or just kind of trying to go with the flow that's happening right now. I think there's a place for, it's very popular. Like you have a lot of hip hop artists and a lot of like pop stars and everything. Like yeah, I'll listen to like pretty much anything. Just depends on the mood. Like if I want to exercise or something, I'm probably not gonna listen to R&B. I'll listen to something that's gonna so I think it's a place for some of everything.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Black community, right? Do you, in our youth and music, what's your opinions on it? I'll just leave it wide open. Our music, the youth, what is your like first opinions that come to mind on that? I know.
Yeah, I think back in like we sing about like the same things just throughout time or whatever. Like there's nothing new under the sun. It's just now it may be a little bit more vulgar. They might, back in the day, we kind of danced around maybe like the topic of sex or whatever, and made it pretty and made it was more poetic. And now we just sex, it's like there's no S with it or whatever. So yeah, and I guess you have your kids listening to it and everything. So I mean, yeah, I think now, and especially with social media and just everything is just kind of in the face, so I'm not, because I don't have children yet, but it's like I guess it's a little more difficult to kind of keep your kids shielded from stuff that you may not want them to learn just yet, because it's all out, so it's like, I guess, yeah, with the state of music today, I feel like it's like we're kind of trying to shock. It's like, oh, we're
like
how dirty can I be, or how salacious can I be, instead of
focusing on the message, maybe,
yeah.
And what about as a feminine singer, and compared to some of the other feminine rappers or singers out here, what's your opinion about that? Like, do you feel the view of women is positive? Is it negative? What is your opinion about that? Because we are definitely the messages in the music, almost all the time, on almost all different types of music. So what is your opinion about that?
I think that, yeah, I guess as far as the women go, and I guess, you have some artists that would like to say, take control of sexuality and everything. And I'm just, I guess I'm just different or whatever, as far as like me just being a little more conservative and not just kind of wanting to like kind of put it out there. And I don't have a knock against anyone that does that. That's not what I do. But just even growing up, like listening to the songs and like the music videos that we have, weird objects, so yeah, it's like you had the video vixens and everything. But yeah, so it's
like these are things that I don't think we talk about a lot, because our kids are being programmed. Our kids are listening to this, they are reciting the lyrics, they're reciting the songs, and depending on the vibration of a song is hypnotic. it lodges into the subconscious mind. You wake up singing songs, and our kids are repeating the lyrics. And I'm a strong believer in words have power. So it lodges in the subconscious mind, and now they're speaking it, and then this is what manifests in their lives. So it's just, I just wanted to know your opinion as far as a feminine singer and artist, and how you feel about the messages that are out there right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of probably it's a lot
That's
of
probably
messages.
a whole nother podcast.
I know, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, I know.
But I guess for me, I try to be I guess like intentional and try to be responsible with what I write or what I put out there, because I know that there are younger eyes watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Even because I have, young nieces, nephews, especially the nieces. Like I try to set an example.
And I'm sure they look up to you a whole lot,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I try to, set the best example that I can. Try to compete with what's out there.
Yeah. So a few more questions and then we'll be done. What is a great book you can recommend to our listeners? It could be on whatever, it doesn't matter. And just why? Why do you recommend it?
Ooh. Yeah, I know I'm usually reading like fiction and stuff. But I can't. I'm trying to think. I think it was like the How to Make Friends and Influence People. I think was one book that I read before.
Was it like is a self-help book or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of when I was on a different career path, there was a book that was kind of recommended. How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think. And that was it was a pretty interesting book.
Well, I'm sure that is interesting. Like, do you feel it's pretty competitive, like what you're doing right now? Do you feel like it's a lot of competition in this industry?
Oh, definitely. Well, that's because it's, I guess it's at your fingertips. You could record at home. You don't have to go out to the studio. You don't have to have a record label. You could just, you have like all the different streaming services that you could just put yourself on, and it's just all about marketing yourself and having a following. So it is definitely, but you just gotta, I guess, keep going and just keep driving.
Yeah, definitely. And then today, at the time of this podcast, what would you say is the greatest matter of your heart?
I think the greatest matter of my heart, especially today, is just finding joy in what I do. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're adulting right now, everybody paying the bills, and you got to work and, take care of yourself, take care of your families and everything. But I think just staying on top of like your mental health and just finding joy and purpose. And that's kind of what I've been doing pretty much my whole life, so just kind of trying to see, what is my purpose? What do I find joy in doing, even if I don't get paid to do it.
Yeah. Does is singing a part of that, you think? Or one of the things? Yeah.
I got away from singing, like, to just kind of, it's not, paying the bills or whatever, and just kind of going to the job and, doing the day thing. And I'm just like, I'm not, especially, with COVID or whatever, it kind of gave me a whole lot more time to just kind of think and self-reflect. And I'm like, I really love singing. Why am I not still doing that? So that's kind of what brought me back to writing and just singing.
Yeah. And I think like something like with like singing, it's like even if you just stay in your own lane and you do the best of your ability in your own lane, I think there's so much shine in that, so much shine in that. So again, tell everybody where they can get your newest album, Deeper. It is a collection of love songs.
So Deeper, it's available on all streaming services. You can even listen to it on YouTube for free. Just, I'm Lakesha Sings, Lakesha and Sings. I'm Lakesha Sings, like on all, like YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And the music, if you want to download it, you can get it on Apple Music. You can stream it like Spotify, Pandora, Tidal Music, and also Amazon Music has it. So it's available everywhere. It's out there. If you just want to just listen to it, to just hear it, you can search me on YouTube, and all the songs are there right there.
Yeah, and if you really love sultry music and you love just a deeper soul tugging, definitely listen to it. It's a great album. Lakesha, thank you for everything you're doing. Music is universal. I think that we all can come together on music normally, because you could be at a wedding and a song play and everybody runs to the dance floor. So I love interviewing artists. I love kind of just tapping into their mindsets and just some of the things that inspire them. So I appreciate you taking some time out on Matters of the Heart and Soul podcast. And guys, make sure you go out and you listen to Deeper, like she said, or just follow Lakesha on her Instagram, Facebook. She's Lakesha Sings everywhere. This podcast is a podcast that is inspired by love, God, relationships, spirituality, justice, culture, family, children, finances, freedom, personal growth, energy and vibrations, music, masculine and feminine energy, and all things of the heart and soul. We appreciate you guys. It has been a minute since we had a episode, but it's been really, really busy on our end, but good busy. And we will see you guys at our next episode. Thank you so much, Lakesha.
Thank you for having me, Janie.